It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime! It's showtime!
It's showtime!
It's showtime!
Streaming live from Epic Studios, Cleveland, Ohio. It's the Epic Radio Show. Let's get ready to make life epic.
All right, welcome to the show, everyone. I am your host, Epic. We have Ashley on the show.
Hi.
It's just me and her today.
Yep, it's just us.
Everybody wants to abandon us and shit.
No, not abandon us. Just,
Yeah.
you know, stuff happens. They have other stuff going on. I had other stuff going on, too. I was supposed to be on my corner this morning, but, like, you know, I put that aside. I'll do that later. It's fine.
Cool. We've got a great
Priorities.
show for you guys today.
Priorities are in order.
I guess I'll just start with the first topic.
Let's start with the first topic.
Yeah,
Let's
so...
just do it.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh, snap.
Anyways,
Whatever.
I'm just losing my mind this morning.
David and Allison.
Good morning, guys.
I said hi, but
There was
I'll
a
say
ship
it.
seized and a $1.3 billion cocaine bust, and it's owned by J.P. Morgan Chase. A cargo ship that was seized last month with nearly 20 tons of cocaine on board, with an estimated street value of $1.3 billion, belongs to J.P. Morgan Chase, a source familiar with the situation confirmed to CBS News, which is where we got the article. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said this was the largest vessel ever seized in the agency's 230-year history.
Dang. Dang.
It was 19.76 tons of cocaine, and it was this was in Philadelphia. Is at the Packer Marine Terminal. But it was. I just wanted to say that, goddamn, that's a lot of cocaine.
It is. That's kind of why I was like, well, damn.
Like, look at that shit.
Like, look at all that coke.
And then this is
Holy shit.
sad party guy.
Oh yeah, like he's gonna be missing all that coke.
He's celebrating by himself because he has no cocaine at his party, so nobody showed up.
Nobody wants to come to a party with no coke.
That's right.
Allison said, no wonder bankers are so wired.
Oh yeah.
They need something to get them through the fucking day. That coke goes a long way.
We also have our new
coke goes a long way. Just
little
saying.
chat thing we got going on. I don't even know what to call it.
It's a chat thing.
It's a chat thing.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, no wonder bankers are so wired.
Yeah, see that? I
See,
said
we can-
that already. Yeah.
We can actually see when you guys comment now.
I mean, I can always see it because I'm on it, but
Yeah.
he can't because he's over there.
Mhm.
I'm over here, so I can see it.
Nice.
I can.
Good
I'm over
observation
here.
there.
I'm here. I'm in front of the laptop. They can't see what I'm like. No one can see what I'm doing. They think I'm just jiggling balls under the desk. Like, that's what they think I'm doing right now. I'm not. I'm actually just pointing at the laptop.
I don't know.
And you're over there. He's over there.
What I think is really interesting about this drug bust is, like, how did they find out?
Eyes are watering. How did they find out?
How did they find out that all that drugs were there? Was it an accident? Was it like a little tip, like, hey, there might be some drugs?
There might be. And then
it was like, damn,
drugs.
There's a lot of drugs.
Some drugs, just a little bit of drugs, and then oh no, that's a lot of drugs. Like how much was it again?
It was let me double check.
It's over $1 billion.
Yeah, 1.3 billion.
Holy shit!
And it was 20 tons.
A little bit of a lot of drugs.
Nearly 20 tons of cocaine.
Oh man, that's a lot of fucking drugs, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't do drugs all like that. But that's a lot of fucking drugs.
I'm just saying, like,
I can't picture that, like,
you know, cocaine prices have got to be skyrocketing now. Supply and demand, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I don't know. I'm tired. I'm just here. A random.
I know. I fell asleep last night watching NCIS.
A random dog? Why did you say a random dog? Did I miss something? Did you put a random picture of a dog somewhere?
I don't think so.
A random dog. Looks like a dog. Or is it a cat? Looks like a dog.
I don't get it.
Or a wolf? Or a fox? I don't know. These stupid emojis. I can tell if it's a dog or a wolf or a fox or a...
Random fox?
Random dog, fox, wolf.
Hey, girl.
Hey,
that
Rachel,
was,
what's up?
Rachel, yep.
Scarface amount, that's right.
Yes, it was. Scarface
like,
amount.
Shit. Like, holy shit. Like I said, I've never... Like, I can't even imagine that visually. Like,
yeah.
Holy shit. Like, who... I mean, there's got to be somebody here that ratted them out. Like, hey, they just have, like... They just have
Who was it? Who ratted them out?
A little bit of drugs. Just a little bit. Like, you need to go check that out. And then they were all like, oh shit, that's not a little bit of drugs. That's a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
She said that's who found the drugs, the dog fox.
Ah, gotcha.
I said the dog fox.
I look like a fox.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like a dog fox.
It is a hell of a drug, David.
Yes. Yes, it is. Oh my goodness. I feel really slow that I didn't get that sooner.
What?
But then again, it kind of looked like a dog fox wolf. So I can't sit there and say...
Fox wolf?
A dog fox wolf. So I can't sit there and say that I, like, put that together because I obviously didn't. It's a dog fox wolf.
God damn, that was loud.
It was loud. What the fuck? It's glass. Stop it. It's glass on glass. You need to calm down and stop being so angry this morning.
Our desk is 100% made out of cocaine.
In glass.
In glass. It was made into glass form.
Was it?
Anytime that I'm feeling down, I just chip away at the glass, snort a bump, and I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, just tell everybody, make everybody think that our table's made of fucking crack. That's awesome.
Cocaine, not crack.
Whatever, I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing. I'm trying to read this comment. Lorenzo said Epic is the man.
Oh, thank you.
I would have to disagree on that one.
You have to disagree? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Oh, Jesus. She's just mad because she thinks that I didn't wake her up last night.
Yeah, come on by, Allison.
Yeah.
Because he left me sleeping on the fucking couch. That motherfucker. Like, the evil person inside me was like, oh, fuck him. He left me there on purpose.
I wanted to watch NCIS from the beginning.
From the beginning.
On Netflix.
On Netflix.
And she wanted to go to bed.
I did.
And I said, hey, why don't you just sleep on the couch and I'll wake you up?
Yeah.
So I ended up falling asleep. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning. Tried to wake her up. She was dead.
Apparently, I died in my sleep.
So I said, fuck it, man. The couch was hurting my back. I went downstairs, went to sleep. And then she comes down at probably like 4 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And she was all like...
I'm sitting here thinking, having these evil thoughts like, this motherfucker left me on that couch.
And then she's all like, oh... See, when I'm not here, you can sleep just fine. Isn't that a normal woman response?
Because because you've told me don't sit there and do that without explaining. You've told me it's hard for you to sleep without me because you're so.
That's true. That's true because when you get used to sleeping next to somebody and they're not there anymore, you do get used to that.
Let's just put it out there. You do love me.
I do love you.
Oh snap! No one saw that coming.
I know, especially since we're married.
Right, since we're married, like no one really expected that. So he's told me that, but then I'm like, this motherfucker just left me on the couch. And I go downstairs, and he's fucking just sleeping away, like, perfectly fine. And I'm like, this motherfucker has no problem sleeping without me. Fuck out of here with your lies. So now I'm thinking he's just a big fucking liar. Like, the evil voice inside my head saying, he's just a fucking liar. Men fucking lie. That's all I'm thinking. Like, at 4 a.m. Like...
I don't have time for this bullshit, man.
You never have time for any of my bullshit.
That's absolutely
true. It gets
true.
it's like really frustrating because you need to make time for it.
Okay.
You do.
All right, well, we're going to go on break on that note.
See? Allison's like, that's what my boyfriend says. I'm like, see?
Yeah.
They don't fucking mean that shit. They lie.
What's that?
That, I guess it's hard to sleep without her.
It is, man. What the fuck?
But it's obviously not.
I'm going to tell a quick story. I'm going to tell a quick story before I go on break.
Obviously it's not, though.
One of my patients.
One of his patients. I don't know if I heard the story.
And you might have known who he is because he used to watch the show. You know who I'm talking about,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he's a little nuts, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Oh, and his wife was recently in the hospital, and as crazy as he was super sad.
Yeah.
He was super sad that she was in the hospital. Said he couldn't sleep. He didn't even play his guitar when she was in the hospital.
He didn't even play his guitar.
No, he didn't play his guitar while she was in the hospital.
Sad.
Because he said he had nobody to play for, so
That's
it
so
didn't make
sad.
sense.
You don't play any instruments though, so like, what the fuck?
What, me?
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, you do, but you don't play any for me, so what the fuck?
Yeah.
Where's this going?
Whatever.
This is going nowhere.
No, I was just saying that even though guys will act like really shitty and real hard all the time.
Yeah, y'all are so hard.
Like, we do got feelings, motherfucker.
They're just like really pushed down deep.
Yeah.
Because y'all grew up thinking like, we can't express our feelings.
Exactly. Because every time we got cut or hurt or fell, motherfuckers like, don't cry, you're a bitch. And I was like, you're right.
I am. I gotta stop crying.
I gotta stop this crying shit.
Melanie Dove says, it's because you were in the house. Now, if you weren't there, he wouldn't sleep.
Exactly. That's exactly what I told her, too. I said, because I knew you were in the house. You know, like, I still felt that level of comfort. In fact, you've said the same thing about me.
I mean, it's true for me in any case.
Yeah.
But you were near me when I fell asleep.
No, I know, but you could go downstairs and sleep.
And you're upstairs because
if
I
I'm
feel like
upstairs,
no one's
you know
gonna break up. Like no one's gonna break in the house and like try to kill everyone because you're awake and like you can do something about it.
I mean,
I'm not saying you could fight off a fucking guy with like a knife and who's just very stabby.
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying.
I picture me going straight like Jack Nicholson and shit, like from The Shining.
So.
If somebody tried to break in the house,
I would hope so. Because if I'm asleep, I can't do shit.
This would be the wrong house a motherfucker tried to like break into while I'm here.
I would hope you would.
Just because I would go straight
something.
full white psycho on their bitch ass.
I don't care. Like I don't even care. I don't even care if it's like.
Like I'd be sitting there with a knife and shit. Like I was waiting for you to come in.
Like, wait, you were waiting for me? What?
I know exactly. He's like, you know what? I got the wrong house. Let me just leave. I think I'm meant
to go a couple houses down.
Like,
and it just runs away.
Yeah, and then the door slams behind him because I rigged it. It's like, you know, the thing is, I'm not trapped in here with you.
Oh my god.
You're trapped in here with me.
That was creepy.
And then he shits himself. Then I stab him in the throat and throw him out of my house.
And then I call the maybe do you call the cops at all?
Nah, just bury him in the backyard.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right. Anyways, on that note, let's go on break. We're gonna have Gloria Shea and all that stuff. But before we do, make sure you follow us on social media: the Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Also, you know, we have the website, theepicradioshow.com, which I've been slacking on a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because I haven't added Chris Kettler to the cast list yet. And there's other events coming up.
Events?
Yeah, events coming up that I need to share with you guys. So anyways, keep it locked right here. We'll be right back on the Epic Radio Show. Yes, we will. on the line, I have Gloria Shea. Is that how you pronounce it?
It's Shea.
Shea. Okay. All right. Here we go. So, anyways, I want to welcome Gloria Shea to the show. She is the host of Talkback. It's a podcast on Anchor FM. It's online. So, welcome to the show, Gloria.
Thank you.
How
Good
you
to
doing
be here.
today? Yeah,
I'm actually awesome today. How you guys doing?
we're doing great.
Well, you sound great.
Thank you. Give me 1 second. There we go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just
All right,
fine.
great. Okay, great. That works. Okay, so anyways, it was like echoing in my headset and I had to stop that real quick. Okay, anyway, so you were actually born in Birmingham, Alabama, correct?
That is correct.
And so born there, like, so you were there till what, age 3, and then you moved to Cleveland. Why did you initially move to Cleveland?
Well, that was really my parents' decision. My
No, I thought it was
grandparents.
all you. I thought you said, you know what? I don't know nothing about Cleveland, but I like it. Mom, Dad, move me there now. And they were like, okay.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That would have been nice if I could have made that decision.
Yeah. So
No, but we came to Cleveland. I was very young.
mhm.
My mom, dad, and my brothers and I.
Okay. And do you know what the reason was? Did they ever tell you?
Well, we had family here in
Uh-huh.
Cleveland already, and I guess my dad wanted to, seek out better employment, better job, and all that good stuff.
Gotcha. What did he end up doing?
My dad was a butcher. He worked
Okay.
for a lot of the, the name evades me right now, but Fisher, remember? I don't know, well, you wouldn't remember Fisher grocery stores, but he worked for the big grocery store chain as a butcher. He
Oh,
was
wow.
actually a professional meat cutter.
That's cool. I actually used to cut meat myself. I did that for a while, actually.
Is that right?
That is correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For Sam's Club, actually.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
it does take a skill to be able to be a butcher. I mean, that is a skilled profession.
Well, there's a difference between a butcher and a meat cutter. I was more of a meat cutter than a butcher. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I didn't like deal with the whole animal. I just trimmed up things that were already cut. So that was a big difference, you know.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
But anyways, so you've been actually in radio for a long time. What got you started with that? What started you with that whole that thing?
Well, to tell you the truth, Epic, I've loved radio since I was a kid here in Cleveland, and I can
Mhm.
remember on many evenings in the summertime. I kind of remember mostly, I guess, I would have the radio on. There was a radio in our kitchen, and I would love listening to public radio then. And I don't know if you remember the public radio theater that used to come on years ago. And I fell in love with radio then, and just kind of progressed from there. But I used to love listening to the live shows, Broadway shows, musicals, all that on the
Okay.
radio.
Yeah, they don't really do that much anymore, do they?
No, they don't.
No,
Unfortunately,
they should
do
bring that
not.
back. You know, like, you know, not everybody can afford to go to, you know, public square and check that out live. You know, because man, them Broadway not Broadway tickets, but the musical tickets and play tickets, like they're really high right now. Like sometimes, man, like just for cheap seats, it's like $100 a seat. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that would be a good thing. Maybe somebody could bring that back, just for people that, you know, maybe would be interested in seeing that, but you know, can't afford to go.
Right.
That would be
Yeah.
great. You know,
Yeah, I think there's a market still for that for sure.
definitely. And you've worked on quite a few stations. You were on WCPN public radio.
Mhm.
You were on 88.1, 91.1. Like, so you said as a kid, you've just always been interested in that. When did it like set in, like, you know what, this is what I want to do like for the rest of my life? Because, you know, as a kid, there's a lot of things I wanted to do. You know, I jumped back and forth from like a fireman or a police officer. Like I wanted to be a musician or, you know, whatever, you know, like there's all these things that you come up with when you're a kid. Why did this stick?
You know, I just as you said, Epic, I've taken many detours in my radio career. Certainly, sales has been a big part of my professional life as well. I even started out in radio sales and for WJMO many years ago. So I've taken a few back roads, side roads, whatever you want to call it. But radio has always been in my heart. It's my first love. And so I was invited by Harvey Zay, who's a well-known radio personality here in Cleveland, to appear with him on his show when he was at WCPN and 90.5, I think it is. But anyhow, yeah, he was a regular there for many years, and he said, "Hey, Gloria, how about sitting in with me?" And from there, it really, my radio career kind of took off, and then I went over to Case Western Reserve University, which is 91.1 WRUV, and actually created a show, a talk format there. That's where it all started.
Oh, that's cool. So you kind of got into doing it professionally, kind of by accident.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. But
I mean, you were trying to get in there, but you just weren't sure if you were going to or not. And then this opportunity arose, and you were like, "Okay, I'm gonna do this." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
What do you think the hardest thing about being on the radio is?
Well, for me, back then, when I first started in the radio, talk radio, there were the boards. You know, we had all the big boards, and they were humongous, and you had to learn how to work the boards. For me, that was the toughest part, was learning how to work the boards. Most often than not, I did have a producer, and they would work the boards. But learning how to do that while they stepped away or was on break or whatever was pretty,
I know, because I need a producer because I do everything myself. I do the boards and host the show myself. Right.
Yeah, you need a producer.
I do. I really do. But I mean, I have help writing and doing other things like that. But sometimes that's why when I'm like in the middle of an interview or something, like I have to adjust stuff and I get kind of like sidetracked a little bit. You know what I mean? But luckily I've been doing this long enough to where I can kind of bounce back and pick it back up. And people are just like, okay, you just had a brain fart. But really, most of the time it's just because I'm doing something around the either the computer or the board or whatever, and they just don't know the difference, you know.
Well, now you're right. Mentioning bringing up computers, you're absolutely right. Nowadays it's all computerized. Everything's computerized, and so that makes it a lot easier
and harder at times, because you know the thing is with the being digital now is like if the computer decides to glitch, like it. All right, for example, I think it did earlier. When I played the intro, it was glitching for a second. The computer was running slow, and like that kind of stuff, you have to kind of think on your feet, like, oh shoot, you know, like how am I going to fix this? Like in the middle of a live show, you know?
Right.
I usually can do it, but it comes with a lot of experience, you know? Like you have a lot of experience, and on your podcast, what do you think the biggest thing with you is? Like, what do you think the biggest maybe hurdle you have to overcome is?
Well, certainly coming up with a different and interesting topic every week. I do tape every weekend. Yeah. So coming up with something interesting to talk about is probably the most difficult.
Yeah, it really is. We do a lot of current event stuff as well. And some weeks there's just not anything that catches my interest. So then I have to kind of think outside the box, you know, like, you know, and maybe, you know, that's why sometimes I really like the listener feedback too. Because sometimes they'll like hit me up and like, hey, why don't you talk about this? And like, it might not be something I would have even thought about, you know. And
Right.
do you have stuff like that for your show?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There was someone actually just recommended a really great idea very recently that at the beginning of every show that I do a like the today in history to start off with, just whatever happened on that specific day, maybe 20, 30, 40 years ago, and just say, hey, guess what? Today, 40 years ago, this happened.
Yeah.
Major events, things
Yeah.
like that. So I thought that was a great idea.
That is a good idea. And you'd be surprised that almost every single day, something's happened significant. Like,
Right.
and you don't realize it, you know what I mean? Like, because it's not always brought up on the news and stuff. So I think that's a good idea because that kind of sheds light. Like, you can make every day historic. I mean,
Exactly.
yep,
Exactly. Certainly can be. That's for sure.
absolutely. So how long have you been doing Talkback, and what got you started into the world of podcasting?
Well, I didn't really know podcasting was so popular and such a big hit as it is. When I started Talkback, I discovered, my goodness, it's all over the place,
Yeah.
and everyone's doing it. A lot of your radio personalities have their own podcast now, but Talkback really is it's kind of a new podcast for me. We've done about 20 episodes, and we tape every week. And it's a very progressive, I like to think it's pretty progressive talk format. We don't like to be too one-sided either way, whether, liberal or conservative. We really like to cover all realms of politics and social issues. And then, too, we're going to have some shows concerning some entertainment and hopefully some really good interviews with some entertainers that we're going to have on.
Awesome. What made you decide to get into the political side of it? Like, of all the topics you could have talked about, is there something near and dear to your heart about politics?
Not really. It's just that it's a great time to cover politics and social issues. There's so much going on out there right now. And by the way, we cover social and political issues all over the world, not just here in the United States, but all over. We covered the Brexit happenings. And by the way, we're going to have a show coming up again, updating everyone on what's going on with the Brexit issue there in Europe. And so we cover the whole globe pretty much with social and political issues. But it's such a hotbed now for politics and social issues all over the world. And we want to take our listeners there and give them good information.
Good information? You mean like accurate, obviously, right?
Right, exactly. Right, you got it.
Yeah. And so like when you're going through an episode, is there like a point that you're trying to make, or are you just trying to be more of like a news outlet in a way? Like, so are you trying to kind of like, how should I describe this? So like by the end of the episode, is there like a theme that you're trying to go towards, or like a point that you're trying to make, or are you just kind of reporting what you're seeing and just giving your input?
Well, we do have a segment called Hot Topics where in some of the episodes we'll start off just covering the latest hot topics for the week, things that have gone on, and we'll kind of reiterate a lot of issues that have already been covered in the news media, but we'll talk about that. And then there will be some episodes we focus specifically on a specific person. For example, we've got part 2 coming up where we've taken a closer look at Kamala Harris, presidential candidate, Democratic presidential candidate. We've got that part 2 coming up a little later today. Okay. So we will, it just depends. If there's no set agenda, we kind of like to do different things on each show.
Okay. And like, now, like with me, okay, so I would consider myself, I guess, a liberal, I guess you wouldn't say. to a certain degree, I kind of feel like I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're somewhere in the middle.
Now, what like personally, like what do you feel like you lean towards, and do you think that that influences how you report stuff, or are you able to kind of take yourself out and your feelings out of it to just report like what you
needs to
see?
be-
Well, that's a great question, Epic. I really take personal pride in trying to keep myself out of it. Now, I'm a Democrat, but I like to think that I'm not a liberal Democrat. I like to think I'm more of a conservative Democrat. And
Me too.
but there are
honestly.
many. Well, but there are many Republican ideas that I like, and so we've covered a lot of our current president and what's going on. There are a lot of things that I disagree that he's done, but there have been some very good things that he's managed to pull off, and we have reported that. We've covered that. So
yeah, I've always said the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not really necessarily a fan of Trump, and that's been looked at or whatever. Like I've been vocal about that, but I've not been against everything he's done either. And I think that there's something going on in this country now to where it's either you're one side or you're the other side, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Really
you're either for or you're against, and like that's why I feel like there's this big divide. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons actually I don't want to do politics on my show all like that, because I don't want that kind of environment on my show. You know what I mean?
People in conversation.
Right. No, I totally understand. I get it.
Because I want, like, for my show in particular, like I wanted to lean more on the light side of things. I wanted to kind of, and I wanted people to just kick back and have a good time. Now, with your show, it's a little different than mine, and that which I find really interesting. That's why I like your show, because because it's very informative. It's very like you get to your points. You don't dance around the issues. You don't really you don't give a lot of opinions per se. Like, you don't say, oh, this is good because this and this and this. You like, when I hear you talk about a subject, you're talking about a subject and the effects it's going to have in a realistic manner, not by opinion, but by facts that you back up. So I commend you on that.
Well, thank you, Epic. Well, that's the pain of it all. That's what I really try to do, is just give the facts and let the people decide.
Exactly. And that's what I think is important. Instead of throwing ideas down people's throats and making them accept it. Yep. Like, the beautiful thing about this country is everybody has a right to believe in what they believe, to think how they want to think without any type of repercussions, but anyways, getting off topic a little bit. So you started this show and you've been doing it for what, about a year now? Is that correct?
No, actually, it's been about maybe 6 months.
6 months? Okay.
6 months.
Okay. Where do you want to go, like, from here with your show? Like, what are your plans?
Great question. I am terribly excited about Talk Back and the podcast. The response has been very good, and we're looking to build it. I want to build Talk Back to, we're actually on a lot more platforms. We're currently on Anchor, as you know, but we now can be heard on Radio Public, Google Podcasts, still working on getting on Apple Podcasts. So we want to really expand on our platforms, and being on your show certainly will help us do that.
Thank you.
But we're looking to expand this, keep going, and certainly I want to do live interviews. We're going to bring that into the format and get some live interviews, and so we're looking to expand, do some more promotions, promote the show more, let more people know about it. There are some celebrities who are aware of Talkback. Kirk Franklin, gospel musician, is a fan of Talkback, and so we're just looking to keep at it and keep plugging away.
You actually brought up a something I wanted to talk about. Just real quick, sorry about that. Okay. Anyways, so you had mentioned that gospel singer Kirk Franklin knew about that. You did a you hosted Rejoice FM, hosted a show at the Rejoice FM radio station in Virginia Beach.
Correct.
And that is a religious station, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So, like, how does that play out on your show? Like, do you get kind of preachy? Do you
get into
do you kind of like preach values and stuff like that? Like explain a little bit more on that.
Well, Rejoice FM, which is now a huge radio conglomerate throughout the United States.
Yeah.
They're everywhere now. Florida, I mean, they're in the Southeast. They're all over the place. And I lived in Virginia Beach for 19 years.
Wow.
And I actually had my own business. I had a remodeling construction farm, excuse me. And so what I hosted there on Rejoice FM was a show called The Home Show. And I had actually a mortgage broker who came on and co-hosted with me. And basically that was directed at a totally different industry. And it was a great, great show. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. And that was pretty successful while it lasted. But that's basically what we did there. It was just a purely business move, and it was to talk about home removeling and things like that. So
it really didn't actually have anything to do with the Christian side of it, even though it was on a
it was just purely a business move. Because I had my own firm at that time, and I wanted to basically market the business at that time.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it's funny too. Like, I always think that's kind of interesting how sometimes like you think one thing's going to be one thing and it ends up being something completely different. Mm-hmm. I've noticed that even with a lot of Christian stations, that they'll have other things that have nothing to do with Christian, like teachings and stuff, you know, so it kind of throws you off guard a little bit, but I think that's cool to have an open mind about stuff like that, you know. Well,
it's all about the business, and they need advertising money, and that helps bring in extra advertising money. And I'm for Christian radio, don't get me wrong, I'm 100% a huge fan of it, but that was purely a business move on my behalf. Mm-hmm. And radio advertising, you have to have advertising dollars, so any type of programming, radio, they reach out to all realms of business.
Awesome. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I definitely want to have you back on the show in the future.
Absolutely. And we'd like to have you on Talkback.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, great.
I'd be excited for that. I don't know. You'll probably kick me off in like 5 minutes, but it will be very fun while it lasts. I will go out kicking and screaming though, just to let you know.
No, we won't. I won't kick you out. Don't you worry about that.
But, I literally cry and scream like a little girl. So just to warn you.
I've enjoyed it. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
No problem. And we're about to go on break. When we get back, we're gonna be, if the fan wouldn't blow everything away, we're going to be doing some crazy news, and we're going to talk about a cake that was supposed to be Moana themed, and it became something completely different. We'll discuss that later. Thank you again, Gloria Shea, and we will return right after these messages.
Perfect.
I can't tell. No, yeah, there we go. All right.
Can
that
you
was
hear
so
us
weird.
now?
Yeah, that was so
Well,
weird.
this is gonna take a minute for them to hear us.
Why? Oh yeah. Anyways, we're good now. That was weird.
That was weird.
That was. You know, it did that same thing it was doing. What was that? Like a month ago? Remember that whole thing with Larry and shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Oh yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, like there must have been another update for Windows or some shit.
Fucking Windows. Why you gotta go cutting us off like this?
Anyways, welcome back.
Hi, sorry. We
Stupid
weren't saying
glitches.
anything important.
Nothing.
So.
I was just telling you to follow us on social medias. And you put the pudding with the pop with the pudding. That's for Tommy Parker. Thank you for requesting that during the interview, which would have been super inappropriate. But
it would have been super silly.
But
she might have laughed.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, Allison, for pointing out we didn't have
sound. Thank you, Allison, and your mother and Rachel. They all pointed
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird. It like just cut out like for no reason. Luckily, I was able to fix that like right away.
Right. We didn't get into anything important.
No.
So that's good.
So make sure you follow us on social media: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat.
Yeah, he's cray on Snapchat. That's what I was saying.
We're on the epicradioshow.com. We have shirts for sale. I'm always talking off those shirts.
Shirts for sale.
$12.50 on the website. You can find them in the description on YouTube. Actually, I need to start posting the site more on our Facebook and stuff. I suck with that.
It's okay.
But anyways,
July's been crazy.
You know what? Guess what time it is?
I don't know.
Crazy news time.
Oh, I did know that.
Yes. It's crazy news time, so we're going to get right into that.
Oh, yeah.
When crazy shit happens, the Epic Radio Show will be there to report and shit. It's time for crazy news.
Okay.
Crazy news. I'm just replying back.
Crazy news.
Well, you know what? I'll just read it out loud since you're back now.
Well, hold on. What is it? Chat?
Yeah. Allison said, I made my own conversation in my head, and it was funny because during the time I was muted, remember I said, I'm just moving my mouth just to make them think I'm saying something important, and I'm not.
That's
so
funny.
she just made up her own conversation. That was pretty funny. I was basically saying the same thing. Like, oh,
yeah. It was just a stupid little glitch that happens every so often.
Stupid little glitch. So silly.
Yeah, there's my mother, Sheila Ann Dameron McClellan. That's a fucking mouthful.
That's a mouthful.
Why the fuck did you put your name as that on Facebook?
Because that's what she wanted. Yeah. That's her name, damn it. Well, I mean, it's not like anyone called her Sheila Ann. I mean, I don't know who would call her Sheila Ann.
I don't know.
Hey, you know what? Whatever.
Anyways, what do you got for us today?
Okay, so firecracker prank gone bad leaves 2 Detroit City employees who tried to use the toilet injured. Dang.
Jeez.
I pre-read all these articles, but I don't always remember the details, but I do remember some of these ones. Okay. 2 city workers in Detroit, Michigan were reportedly injured on Wednesday after firecrackers exploded when they tried to use the toilet in a bizarre prank gone bad. The employees with the city's General Services Department were in the fire department's storage area and truck repair shop when the incident occurred. One person was hospitalized with injuries to his leg and scrotum. Why do you think that's funny?
I don't know why.
You have scrotum. How is this funny?
I think the word scrotum is funny.
It is pretty funny. The extent of the second person's injuries was not immediately clear. Like, you didn't... Okay. So, Deputy Fire Commissioner Dave Fornell described the situation to the Times as a prank that ended badly, while Mike Naveen, president of the Detroit Firefighters Association, said, "This is an absolute embarrassment." Not really. I mean, this sucks. Obviously, this sounds really bad. If someone's scrotum was injured.
Someone's ball sack.
Someone's ball sack, in other words.
Does he have a uniball now?
It doesn't say if he has a uniball. So city officials on Wednesday didn't know who placed the firecrackers underneath the toilets. Naveen.
So what was it? What kind of firecracker?
I'm trying to see if it says that. I'm actually looking.
Okay.
Naveen cleared the association members of any wrongdoing. Oh, of course you did, because it wasn't your guys, was it?
Yeah.
It was probably one of his guys. It's gonna come up later. It was one of my guys.
I think it was Jay.
This is fucked up. You know what? Fucking Jay. Why you gotta mess with people's scrotums, Jay?
Hashtag blame Jay.
Hashtag always blame Jay. I did
Yeah.
not forget that from last
Yep.
week. The Detroit Police Department, which is said to be investigated, did not immediately return to comment on this story.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't know what kind of fireworks these were, but someone's scrotum is seriously injured.
Oh,
That's all I
poor
know.
scrotum.
Scrotum and leg area. I'm assuming like the thigh.
You know, I would like if we ever get another dog or something, I'm gonna name him Scrotum.
No, you're not. I'm not gonna go around calling our dog.
Scrotum the
Come
dog.
Here, Scrotum.
Yeah.
No.
Let's pet the Scrotum.
Ew. No
The
one's
Scrotum
gonna-
has fleas.
No one's gonna want to pet our dog.
Scrotum has fleas.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is this? I'm trying to go to the next story and it's like cutting me off. It's like, nope, you can't read this.
Really?
Yeah.
That's some BS.
Because the ads, like the ad blocker, and I'm like, motherfucker, I'm trying to just do it, but you're not letting me. It's not letting me.
It's not letting you.
Here, let me. I blame Goldie because Goldie had sent me create this crazy news story, and it's your fault, Goldie. I'm gonna look it up on another site though.
That's fine.
Oh,
Well, all you have to do is Google it.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm googling. I'm just making sure I don't go to the same site because.
Well, skip that one and go to the last one
I
for
think
now.
I already found
Oh, you
it.
already got it? All
I
right.
think I already got it. This one, like, fuck you website. Fuck that shit. Okay, Tennessee boy, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this sounds like the same story. 13, okay, Emily's age, let's just put that in perspective. Not that many people know Emily's size or anything. Stabs brother saying jail is better than a car ride with his sibling. That's nice. That's real fucking nice. What is wrong with you kids? So, a 13-year-old boy from Tennessee stabbed his 15-year-old brother. That's very strange. In Florida. That's Skylar and Emily's age.
That's always in Florida, though.
Telling deputies he would rather go to jail than spend 8 hours in the car with his sibling. Lieutenant Todd Watkins with the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office? That's weird. That's interesting to say. Told Fox News on Sunday that he responded to the scene the day before and said deputies arrested the 13-year-old after he said he stabbed his brother in the arm 3 times with a multi-tool.
Wow.
What kind of fucking multi-tool did you stab your brother with, you little fucker?
Well, it's probably like a Swiss
That's what I'm
army
saying.
knife.
Like, did you stab
Yeah.
him with like the same instrument or different ones? Like, I'm not. Was he like? I don't know.
Yeah, he stabbed him with the spoon.
Like the spoon.
Yeah,
and then
like the corkscrew.
the corkscrew,
And then like the scissors.
It's like that's what I'm saying. Like, did you stab him with the same
Everything but the
instrument?
knife.
Everything but the knife, because
Yeah.
you know that might have really hurt him.
Yeah.
Watkins said the teen told deputies he did it because he was tired of his brother picking on him. The insert.
That sounds
happened-
like a very kid thing to say.
It's like, you know
and
what?
that sounds
Fuck
like
that.
an Emily thing
fuck
to say.
fuck my brother. And like 2 brothers and their 2 sisters. I could see this happening.
Yeah.
The incident happened inside a car parked in a driveway in Crestview, which is about 45-minute drive from Pensacola.
Pensacola?
Pensacola.
Oh,
The
shit.
stabbed brother then walked to the door of the home and called 911. He said as his brother was being questioned about the incident, he said he understood his rights and that he did not regret stabbing his sibling who
Wow.
was teasing him. I don't regret this shit. I stabbed him and I don't care about going to jail. I'd rather be in jail.
Wow.
He was charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon and was
Dramatic
brought to
ass teens.
juvenile detention. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's rethinking this shit right now, though.
Like, I just don't get, like...
Dumbass kids.
I understand, like, being, like... Why is everything going to the extreme
Like,
now?
I'm gonna stab
Like,
you.
and people
What?
actually doing it. I don't know
Like, huh?
why, you know, like... Sure, I wanted to stab my sister a couple times.
Right, I'm sure I wanted to stab my brother,
but I never did it. It's
mean,
just something
right,
that you're
like-
supposed to think and dream about, but
See,
not
this kid
actually
could be like
do.
a future serial killer.
Not dream about. That was kind of
Dream
weird.
about, yeah,
But
that, yeah. I tried to like gloss over that, but you brought it
And
up.
what you do is you put the knife in the brother. Oh wait, no.
No, you don't put the knife in your brother. Let's see. Watkins told the news station, "We've had incidents with siblings, but not this young. I have never dealt with them this young with this violent of a crime." He said the older brother didn't say much to deputies at the time he was stabbed. He said the 15-year-old was heard calling some of his friends to retaliate against his brother while he was in the back of the ambulance, apparently to no avail. His friends were like, "Oh, we ain't fucking with him. He just stabbed you. We ain't
Yeah.
fucking with that. We're
Yeah.
never picking on him
Hey,
again."
I'll tell you what though, nobody's in like
Exactly. If
in
when he
school,
gets out of juvenile
whatever,
detention-
nobody's fucking with that kid.
No one's gonna fuck with him. He just
like he
stabbed,
stabbed
his brother.
yo. We ain't fucking with him.
Yeah, we ain't fucking with him. So doctors treated the 15-year-old for 3 deep puncture wounds before releasing him from the hospital.
I wish we had rights to
Man.
like play any
that's so
song we
crazy.
wanted. Because
Yeah.
I would so play that song, but I know I would get pegged for copyright.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just going to leave that
Motherfucker.
alone. So yeah, I mean, the kid didn't need any surgery. You know, it was just, you know, he had to go to the hospital, obviously, to be treated. And no
Yeah.
surgeries, though. So,
Cool.
the brothers live in Clarksville, Tennessee, about an hour from Asheville.
Nice.
Yep, that it had to include that information right at the
But
end.
they were in Florida though
Yeah,
when it happened.
yeah, because
I don't get that. Like,
they were like, oh,
what's up with Florida, man? Is the heat or humidity so
Florida-
bad
the
it just
Florida
makes
shit,
you want to
the shit in Florida
go crazy?
sinks into your body, and it's like you're gonna go fucking crazy right now. Shit's about to go down.
It's always Florida.
Fucking Florida.
Oh man.
Your mom said, "What is wrong with kids nowadays?"
I don't know.
I don't know, man. These kids are
Strange.
cray. These kids have no parental supervision. Where are the parents? What do the parents have to say about their one kid stabbing their other kid? Like, what the fuck? Where? I just watch what I want to know. I need to find
Just checking out these chatty chats.
these chatty chats.
Allison Reagan said, "Damn."
Yeah, she said, "Damn." She did. She did indeed say, "Damn." I didn't want to read it because
You gotta
she
fight
said, "Damn."
For your right. Yeah, what to party? Is that what
To
it is?
stab your brother? Like, you
Yeah.
gotta fight for your right. To stab your brother.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. So, I guess I'm going to the next one.
All right, sure.
Because this one's going to take a minute. Okay. Oklahoma man arrested in stolen car with snake. Tommy loves this story. Uranium, gun, and whiskey. Okay. So,
Snake, uranium, gun, and whiskey.
All right, but
Yeah.
we will explain each piece as I go here. An Oklahoma man, not Florida, was arrested last month after police say a routine traffic stop turned up a gun, a rattlesnake, an open bottle of whiskey, and a rod of radioactive uranium. He loves this one. I'm telling you, this is like his favorite story
Yo,
ever.
I just like that is the most random 4 things. Like you couldn't make this shit up. Like,
I wish I could. I'd be telling all kinds
oh
of
my
stories.
god.
So, Stephen Jennings was charged with possession of a stolen vehicle, transporting an open container of liquor, and driving with a suspended license after police initially pulled him over. Initially, this is, they
Yeah.
pulled him over because he had expired tags, okay? And they found out, okay, suspended
Yeah.
license. He had, he had this whiskey
This
bottle,
dude's
obviously.
just a hot mess, man.
So, let's see.
Are you sure this wasn't Jay?
It doesn't look like Jay, but you know what? Maybe it is.
I
don't know.
mean, that
Maybe this
makes
isn't-
sense. So on fucking rattlesnake, uranium, whiskey,
Uranium. The
fucking
whiskey would make the most sense, but
whiskey
The
in the jarro.
oh my god. Okay, so
Okay, anyways.
Guthrie police said that on Friday that during the stop, officers discovered Jennings was driving without a license and did not have proof of insurance, along with all this other shit, expired tags, and a suspended license, no proof of insurance for the black Ford Explorer he was stopped in. Police arrested the man, who proceeded to tell law enforcement that there was a handgun in the vehicle. I'm just gonna mount all the things that is going on right now. Backup was called, and a firearm was reportedly located in the glove compartment. Police also said they found an open bottle of whiskey between the driver and passenger seats, but noted not much was missing from the container. So it's not so bad. It's like, it's open, but there's
It's open,
not much
maybe
missing.
a shot missing. That's
Right,
about
maybe
it.
just a shot. Gibbs said police then ran the name of the passenger in the vehicle, later identified as Rachel Rivera, and found she was a convicted felon.
Nice.
More stuff. Another fucking person's in the fucking car that's a convicted felon. This is great.
God.
She was also arrested and charged with possession of a firearm after a felony conviction because the gun was within arm's reach. After making the arrest, police began the process of impounding the SUV when they noticed a terrarium in the back seat. Further inspection revealed that Jennings was in possession of a timber rattlesnake that was directly next to the powdered uranium. So, it's a big-ass snake. The picture is huge. Okay, so Gibbs said officers had to call in a hazardous materials disposal company to deal with the uranium rod, which he said was radioactive, but at low levels. Don't worry, it's low. The levels are really low. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Police were not able to charge Jennings because investigators found the amount of uranium he had was legal and could be purchased on sites like Amazon. So,
I don't know who the fuck is purchasing uranium
on Amazon specifically, but apparently it's legal.
Good for you.
In small amounts
Good
on
for you.
Amazon. Gibbs said that the man joked with arresting officers he was actually planning to build a super snake before explaining that he scraps metal for a living and got the uranium from a rod taken out of an instrument meant to detect radiation. Jennings also lucked out on being charged with possession of a dangerous animal as it is snake season in Oklahoma and he had the proper hunting license. So there's just so much shit going on in this said story.
You know, the thing is, he really didn't get charged for much.
I know, right?
Considering the amount of shit.
Let's see. Allison said party time. She said, was there meth in the trunk? Not that was disclosed in this story. We don't know. And your mom said this was on the news.
Yeah?
Yeah, this would be on the fucking news. This is bizarre. I would have put this on the news too. Like, watch this shit. Listen to what the fuck's going on here. This is weird. This dude is cray. He even looks like, I don't know, he doesn't look crazy. He just looks like all these things would be in his car.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
that song, that Lonely Island song. Like, these are the things in my Jeep. These are the
I
things
know,
in my car.
I know. What's crazy is that he didn't even make up half this shit.
Nope.
Not uranium and rattlesnakes and shit.
A
They
bone
were
bottle of
definitely not
whiskey,
in
a
his
convicted
Jeep.
felon.
These are the things in my car.
These are what
Oh
kind of
my
car does he have?
God.
I can't. Yeah, find
That's
it.
so
Black
funny.
Ford Explorer. These are the things in my Explorer. Yeah. So that was it. That's
crazy
that.
news.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was crazy news. All right.
Oh man, that was the craziest story we've had in a while.
Yeah.
Too.
This is. Yeah.
Yeah. The more like 4 most random things in there.
Yeah. Like I said, the convicted felon really threw me off because I'm like, there's another person, a whole other body in the car. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Jesus. And they arrested her. Like, oh, you were close to a weapon, bitch. We have to arrest you. You could reach it.
I know. Yeah. All right.
Poor Rachel.
So
that was her name, Rachel. So poor Rachel.
Poor Rachel.
Yep.
So in other news,
Wrong place, wrong
this is
time.
kind of crazy. This is actually part of crazy news originally.
But not. Yes, but no.
But like, I don't know. There was some mixed communication, and we decided to keep it on the show, but not part of crazy news.
Yep.
And it's about little story about Moana. Okay, so Moana is the Disney movie. It's got The Rock and some other random people in there. What?
Just like you're just like, oh, it's some other random people. Like I don't know anyone else though.
Well, it's a hot commodity, especially like with birthdays. You know, people like Moana and cakes and desserts, and you know, there's all kinds of.
Oh wait, before you continue.
What's that?
Allison said you put the snake in the Explorer. Say it in the Puddin' Pop's voice.
Yeah. You put the snake in the Explorer, and you mix it up, and you do it the uranium. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway,
There you go, Allison.
that was horrible.
It was funny though.
I'm so bad. Okay,
It's
so
alright, good. It's good. It's good.
So anyways, Moana. There's not a lot of things you could possibly get that confused with, except for possibly marijuana. And that's exactly what happened.
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Jesus.
So basically, this is what happened. Okay. It's just this was at a Dairy Queen in Georgia.
Georgia.
The employee made the drug-themed ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake. Ooh,
Yes.
I love ice cream cake. Yeah.
She was fired over it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's terrible.
So basically, this is what's going on. Okay. She and the thing is, she was saying she was never really truly in fault in the first place. Mm-hmm. So basically, according to her, her manager at the fast food chain misheard the customer who placed the order and thought she said marijuana instead of Moana. Okay. Walker, who had worked at the Dairy Queen for about a year, also alleged her manager gave her approval to make the cake with the illicit theme. She said the manager stood behind me while I pulled the images off the internet. She walked by as I decorated the cake. As I boxed up the cake, she was the one who walked it up to the front. And this is basically what the end result was. It was
so funny.
25-year-old. It wasn't for like a kid.
Yeah, let me just say,
Yeah.
it was for a 25-year-old. Okay, she shouldn't have gotten fired. This wasn't like something that the parents were like all up in arms because this was like a 6-year-old.
Well, no, see, the parents were up in arms.
Why were the parents up in arms? This was a 25-year-old.
Because they had younger kids.
Oh
so,
my God.
Yeah.
Just be like, it's just a leaf and a pony.
So Walker, the employee who did this, a mother of 2, said once Davis' mother came back to pick up the cake and explain it wasn't what she ordered, the store immediately apologized and offered to make a new cake. It says our cake decorator designed the cake based on what she thought she heard the customer order. When the customer picked it up, said it wasn't what she ordered, we immediately apologized for the error and offered to redesign it the way she originally intended. The customer said it was fine, paid for the cake, and left. But she was still let go from her position,
That's fucked up.
which was also her birthday.
Dang.
And it was not reported that the manager was also fired. So actually, I misread that before.
You misread it?
Yeah,
Okay.
the people did not complain
Oh, okay.
that picked up the cake.
There you go.
They let her go anyways.
That's to me, that's fucked up. It's like they didn't care. They weren't mad. It wasn't
Yeah.
like they're like, oh no, we don't want this cake.
And the employee said it was not funny to me. This is back to school time. I have 2 little girls here. I have a car that needs fixing. It's not funny to me. You know, like basically she's blaming it on the manager. You know what I mean? She said the manager's the one that misheard it.
Right.
Gave me the order. I made the cake. She walked it up. When it turned out to be wrong, she got in trouble for it.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think she should have been fired when, like, Allison said, who wouldn't want a stoned My Little Pony and weed leaf cake, especially ice cream cake?
Yeah.
There's actually, like, a thing from the girl whose birthday it was. I guess Kensley Davis. There's, like, a picture where it shows her saying, yo, my mama got me a Moana cake, and these bitches thought she said marijuana. And she has all these laughing emojis.
Yeah.
Like, she said it was still good, though. She still ate the cake. Like... I just think, like, if it wasn't that big of a deal to her, why would it have been a big deal?
Well, after the
them?
backlash, there was an update.
Okay.
Walker was offered her position back by a different Dairy Queen manager.
Okay.
But she declined the offer.
Why?
Because of how she was treated after the misunderstanding. She said it was a mistake. It could have been considered a learning experience. I would have accepted that. I would have accepted being written up. But to be at this job for almost a year and not have a write-up, not be in trouble, and to just be let go because of a mistake is not funny to me.
Well, I would have taken the other job. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
I mean,
well,
she's
shit, it's not the
bitching
same
about
people.
it being back to school time and shit like that.
I would have taken the job back. I
Yeah.
would have been like, okay, it's a different place, different manager. I would
Yep.
have been like, okay, but fuck y'all, the other one, because y'all retarded, though.
Yeah.
I say that in the way that people are stupid. I don't think she should have gotten fired.
Well, I think she
For
was
that.
still mad over the situation, but
understand
that's
being
no
mad,
reason.
but that's a job.
You need a job, though.
If you need a job that bad, you're going to take that job with the other Dairy Queen, at least until you can find another job.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a good job
That's
on
funny.
the cake, though.
Yeah, I think she did a good job. It looked good.
Yep.
It's funny. And yeah, I thought it was.
I like the little My Little Pony.
She's all high as shit.
Yep.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yep,
It is. I
yep.
mean, shit, they even spelled the name right. Kensley.
Yeah.
That's not a common. I mean, Kensley's not even a common name that I hear very often.
I've never even heard that before.
So,
to be honest with you.
I mean, she spelled it right. Like, whatever.
You guys
Got the
can
age
give
right.
us a call, too. We're always accepting calls.
Sometimes we don't,
216-584-5718.
I said sometimes we don't.
Sometimes we don't. It depends if we want
Sometimes,
to talk to you or not.
like, we don't know who's calling, so we just have to, like, kind of pick and choose what calls
Yeah.
we answer. No, not really, but that's me in real life.
Well, we are going to take a break.
Yeah,
When we get
break
back,
time.
we're going to have Playing with Ballz with Jay Val, so he's going to keep us updated in the world of sports. We're also going to talk about the
Ballz,
new
apparently.
female Ninja Turtle. That's going to be exciting.
Oh, yeah.
And stores are locking up ice cream due to viral video. All this after
'Cause
the
people
break.
are stupid.
Keep it locked right here on the Epic Radio Show. All right, welcome back to the Epic Radio Show. We have Jay on the line. What's going on, Jay?
What's up, brother?
And Jay, if you don't know who Jay is, Jay Val is our sports correspondent for the show. This is his segment called Playing with Balls, and we're going to play the intro for y'all motherfuckers.
All right, because I play with balls all the time.
They heard that, by the way.
They heard it. Yeah, I know.
All right, here we go.
I can't hear the music.
You did what?
All right. We ready to rock?
Yes. Are you ready? Go
I
ahead.
said, are we ready to rock?
Yes, we're ready, motherfucker.
You know why? Because, you know, yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay. I was just saying because Cleveland rocks, brother.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
Anyway, so first up, real quick, I'm just going to rattle off
Sure.
with the Cleveland Indians. So that's why I was trying to get in there with the Cleveland Rocks thing.
Gotcha.
But anyway, so the Cleveland Indians are 50 and 40. So I mean, their record is improving. They were at 500 and below 500 for most of the season. And like normal, the Indians, man, they start off slow and then they pick it up. They're 7.5 games behind the Twins.
Okay.
But there still may be hope that we can maybe catch them or at least get a wild card. So that's what we're going to hope for the
Okay.
Indians.
And what do you
again,
think their
Brasco-
chances are for, I don't know, clutching the division or even getting a wild card spot?
Well, in baseball, it's kind of hard to really predict because teams can get hot.
Yeah.
And hit that hot streak like the Indians have before. Remember?
Oh, yeah, they did.
You know, you remember they hit hot streaks before at the end of the year where they just won out, and it's hard to predict. But they're 7.5 games behind the Twins now, so we'll see how the rest of the season goes. There's still a lot of baseball to play, a lot of games.
Yeah.
So I think if they can keep being consistent. And the Twins kind of, fall off a little bit. Well, there's a good chance we can get the division, or at least try to get one of the wild card spots. But it's hard to say in baseball. There's a lot of games to be played. But second, I'm gonna go to the Browns. It's coming up, training camp, and then also with the Browns. We got some news. Odell Beckham cut his hair off.
Why?
His blonde curly locks. Yeah, I don't know. He was at the ESPYs, the awards, which is the ESPN awards, and he was sporting a new look. Man, he cut his locks off. I don't know why. Maybe he's just trying to start fresh with the Browns, I guess. But but football season's coming up quick. It is now July. So training camp is coming through, and in August is the preseason, start of the preseason. So, next month the news is going to pick up heavily for football season. So, anyways, our running back Duke Johnson with the Cleveland Browns, he actually has requested a trade. He even made it public. He was very outspoken even at OTAs and stuff like that, and he was like, yeah, I want to trade. I want to get out. He basically wants out of Cleveland because he wants to get playing time. So we have Nick Chubb and then Kareem Hunt. So that moved him down from at least the number 2 spot to number 3. But the Cleveland Browns, I don't see them trading him anytime soon because Kareem Hunt, he's serving an 8-game suspension, and we're going to need Duke Johnson for those first 8 weeks. After that, when Kareem Hunt comes back and we got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, then I'm seeing before the trade deadline, I think we're gonna move on from Duke Johnson.
Wow.
So 4 spots he could go to. That. Yeah.
One second. This is a callback to the Indians. Allison actually said, my boyfriend said it's over and they could go suck each other off in the parking lot. which I thought was very, very bold to
Mm.
say. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. All right. Well,
But anyways,
well, I guess so. It's a lot of baseball to play, but like I said, it is going to be a far it's going to be a long stretch
is.
to
It's
see if
gonna
they're going to be able to
definitely
do
be,
something. Yeah. But there's a lot of games to play, and like
there
our boy
still is.
Larry,
Yeah.
Larry always says, Larry's like, I'm not giving up on him, and I'm not going to give up on him either. But
Yeah.
you know, it's going to be it's going to be a long season for the Tribe.
Gotcha.
But anyways, Duke
Sorry about
Johnson. No, you're good. There's 4 teams that he can likely go to with the trade deadline: the Indianapolis Colts, the
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Green Bay Packers. So those are 4 of the destinations. But moving on from that, I will move on to the Cavs. So the Cleveland Cavs they wrapped up Summer League, and actually we had 3 first-round picks this year. And these guys actually look pretty good, man. And they really weren't playing too much, but they did look good. And the Cavs Summer League team looked good, but they did not get into the bracket for the playoffs in the Summer League. So I'll rattle off some teams real quick. The top 8 teams in the Summer League include the Boston Celtics. The Detroit Pistons are number 2. The Minnesota Timberwolves are number 3. The Pelicans are number 4. And remember, they had the first overall pick and got Zion. Also, they dealt Anthony Davis to the Lakers and got their pick and grabbed another guy. Miami Heat is number 5. Mavericks are 6. Nets are 7. And then the Grizzlies are actually number 8. So there's some teams in there, if you notice. Like the Celtics just lost Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
And they're number 1 in Summer League. So what that means is, like, they're still acquiring, like, great talent.
Yeah.
So that, like,
Well,
Danny Ainge, GM.
Well, the Celtics, they've always been great at recruiting.
Yeah.
Great talent.
Yeah, yes, they have, and that was my point. Like, I mean, they've acquired young talent, and, like, remember that year Kyrie went out?
Yeah.
They almost went to the finals. They lost to the Cavs, but they almost went to the finals. They didn't have Kyrie or Brendan Hayward, and they were really good with their young team. So now they're number 1 in the Summer League with their new recruits. So that's just speaking
volumes,
like loud and clear that volumes that team's going to be really good in the future. So, but yeah, that's it for sports, man. Next,
that was a short plane with Ballz.
It is, man. Yeah. Well, next month will be more news because, I mean, football is starting back up. We're kind of in that period where the NBA
is dying down.
Summer League. Yeah. Major League Baseball, there's not really. I mean, there's never
not until
loud
the playoffs.
noise, really. Yeah, not till the playoffs, and then football season is just going to start kicking up next month. So this is like that time where sports isn't
kind of limbo. Sports limbo.
Yeah, not going to be not a lot of playing.
You got to start.
It's not going to be a lot of
start reporting on like
right now.
Start reporting on dart leagues or some shit until then.
Yeah, I mean the good news is the women's soccer team won the championship.
Yes,
so that's
yes, I
awesome.
forgot about that. Yeah, that was the U.S. soccer team, correct?
Yeah, the U.S. soccer team. The men's team lost, but the women's team won. But I do got to report one more thing.
Yeah.
Shout out to Baker Mayfield, our guy, quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. He got married. Yeah, brother. Congratulations to him.
Allison actually said she was speaking, I guess, about her boyfriend. She said he also says Baker got married, so we have lost a quarterback to a hatchet wound. Hatchet wound. Yeah.
Hatchet wound. Yeah. Oh my gosh, she's just full of funny comments today.
Yeah, she said turn the queue into a homeless center.
Yeah, well, yep, he got married, so that's awesome. So, but that's it, man. I love you guys. I love the fans, and I will talk to you guys later.
All right, thank you, Jay.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, so that was Jay playing with his balls live on the air.
Yippers.
That's great.
Hey, Jeremy.
What's going on, Jeremy?
Can they hear us?
You're a little late. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit. Cool, it's cool.
So I don't know if anybody's been living under a rock lately, but there's been a new storyline with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And
I actually found this particular little article.
Oh, you did?
I did. I sent it to you.
Okay. Well, I have the article.
That's what I'm saying. I sent you the thing.
Oh, yeah,
brought
yeah,
this to
yeah,
your
yeah,
attention.
yeah.
I found it. I found it.
Yeah,
I'm just proud of myself because I found something that you actually want to talk about. I just want to talk about like unicorns and rainbows and shit. So
Yeah.
this wasn't unicorn or rainbow related.
Gotcha. So, anyways, in the new series of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there's been some changes. If you're not a fan or you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll catch you up. So basically, in this version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they've defeated Shredder, and the Foot Clan has actually asked Splinter to be their leader. And Splinter actually accepted it, thinking that he could maybe change them from like a bloodthirsty group into something a little better.
Yeah. No.
Well, it seems like Splinter has splintered off
Splintered off.
and away from the Turtles, and now like they're battling each other. Well, Splinter's first in command or
That's
second
funny.
in command,
Dang.
Jenica, she was stabbed by I can't think of her name. In the recent issue, she was stabbed by Karai, which was Shredder's daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. So in order to save Jenica, Leonardo gave her a blood transfusion of his own blood, which mutated her into a Ninja Turtle.
She's a mutant.
So we have a woman Ninja Turtle now. Her name's Jenica.
Duh.
She dons a yellow mask,
Yellow.
and she has, I like it almost looks like kind of like Wolverine claws.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't actually like look at the pictures all like that.
Yeah. Here's
Hey,
a
girl.
picture of her.
Call her Jenny.
Yeah. They call her Jenny. Jenny. Don't
Jenny.
stab motherfuckers. But yeah, she has them claws. She looks kind of badass. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's fine. This is good. This is all
She's
good.
badass. There
She
might be a
badass,
love interest
Jenny.
now. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe
Leonardo
she'll
saved
be
her
a big
life.
old lesbian. We don't know.
But what's really crazy about this is this particular issue. It's going into its second printing, which is great. And they're selling the first printing on eBay for some are reporting over $300 an issue.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Let's see.
Let me go look.
I'm gonna look that up because I did see that, but I don't remember how much the thing was.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
What's that?
Well, Jeremy said they stole that from the Hulk comments. That's how Hulk Comics. I keep saying comments of comics today.
Oh yeah, that's how the
That's how
She-Hulk
Hulk was made. That's how She-Hulk was made. Jen Walters is Banner's cousin, and she needed a blood transfusion, and Bruce did it, hoping nothing would happen. They even named her Jenny. Jen Walters is She-Hulk. I knew about She-Hulk, but I actually didn't know much about the whole how she became She-Hulk.
Yeah.
How that actually worked out, because I knew about the Hulk and everything, but the whole She-Hulk thing, I was like, well, I don't know where that came from. Well, that's just crazy. I mean, not that I don't care about the whole, like, they stole it thing.
Some of them are going for
but she still looks
$95
badass,
a piece
though.
or
I'm not gonna
more.
lie.
Some of them are going a little higher than that.
Because, like,
But yeah, already.
she's still badass looking. Like, I mean, I can't even lie.
Yeah.
So, I don't even follow comics. So, honestly, I'm just like, meh. I just thought this was interesting.
Well, I think it's interesting that they're at it. Well, she's not the first female
Yeah, there was
Ninja Turtle.
they
There
mentioned
was
that,
one in a horrible,
Yeah.
like, it was
yeah,
it was
I
like a
remember.
live action off thing.
And
it
didn't
was,
she have like breasts, so
Yeah.
to speak, like under like it's like
it
that?
was
It was
bad.
weird.
It
yeah.
was really bad.
Like, that's the only way to tell it's a woman.
Yeah, I know. Like, how fucking sexist, right? Like, jeez. Like, oh, you gotta put a breast. You gotta put breast and
breasts on her.
long hair on her just to make her fucking.
Oh, it's a woman. Just so y'all know.
Yeah, so you know.
Like, okay,
Whatever.
whatever.
Fuck out of here.
Because that's how you could tell, the turtles. I mean, I understand turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles isn't like completely like turtle. It's like they look like exactly like fucking turtles. I understand the mutation and the.
Yeah.
But like, really, why do they have to have boobs though? Like, that was just weird. It just looked weird from because they actually showed pictures of that, and I was like, well, that just looks weird. I don't like that. That's very strange. That's just my take on it. It was just really weird. And actually, I didn't actually get into Ninja Turtles until me and you were together. I didn't really care about any of this shit.
You are a straight up nerd, Jeremy.
Yeah.
A huge comic nerd. It's all right though. Hey, it was appreciated. It worked out to our benefit because you plugged that little piece of information.
That's
we
right.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Always
That's a woman
appreciate
turtle.
stuff we didn't know. A woman turtle.
Stone
turtle.
unicorns. What did that mean?
Because I said like was actually kind of like proud of myself because I suggested this particular topic to you and you wanted to talk about it. I said, it's nice that I don't, like I usually just want to talk about rainbows and unicorns, but I actually found something unrelated.
Oh yeah.
And she said stoned unicorns from earlier from the
Yeah,
cake.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
So
Okay.
yeah,
My tattoos are all comic
comics,
tats.
bad guys, the bad guys. Well, what does that say about you, Jeremy?
Yeah.
What are you trying to say here in your tattoos, your tattoo choices?
Yeah. I
all
like
the
kind of
bad
having this now
guys.
because I can kind of see what's going on in
Yeah.
the chat world.
So if I say something,
yeah,
and you're like, what
you
the
say something
fuck are
fucked
you
up
talking-"
about me.
And I'm
I
like,
can see it.
oh yeah, I usually do.
I recently learned how to do this. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's excited. He's just looking at all
Yeah,
the comments now
yeah.
as they come through.
Well,
He's
I mean,
excited.
I think it's kind of cool that you guys can see it like live.
I don't know how I feel
You know?
about that like explanation. I'm a nice guy, so that's my
Doomsday,
evil.
Joker, Parasite. I'm a nice guy, so that's my evil.
Like, Jeremy, are you who you trying to fool?
Who you trying to kid? Let me talk to your wife a little bit.
That's funny. That's
We'll go into this last topic.
yeah. You
and
might
then-
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, finish it up. Finish up this motherfucking show.
So, due to a viral video, some stores are protecting their ice cream from the
this fucking
ridiculous
ice
threat
cream,
of
yes.
liquors.
Like liquors, like people licking.
It brings me
ice cream.
absolutely no pleasure to report that ice cream is getting the Tide Pod treatment.
Nope.
Remember last year when the Tide Pod challenge went viral? So many people ate or pretended to eat the poisonous pods of laundry detergent that eventually stores had to lock the pods up
Like, why
to
are you trying
ensure
to make sure all our shit
they
gets
were
locked
being
up?
purchased responsibly. Well,
Responsibly.
after footage of a young woman opening a tub of Blue Bell ice cream in a Texas food store, licking said ice cream and returning the tub to the freezer recently made
So
the
gross.
rounds on social media, the frozen treat appears to be meeting the same sad fate, at least in a few stores.
Wah, wah, wah. It's like, what the fuck, people?
This fucking bitch was literally going around licking ice cream and
mean,
then putting it back.
I'm
That
not
is
serious.
so gross.
I'm not gonna say like, oh, this is terrible. I mean, it's terrible because what the fuck? Why? Because obviously ice cream is delicious, so it's not like you're making yourself sick by doing it, but you could be making other people sick by doing it if they happen to purchase said ice cream. And it's like, what the fuck? Why do you have to ruin this
especially
for
if they
everyone?
have something, you
Right,
know?
exactly. Like, why do you have to ruin this for other people?
Yeah, some stores are actually putting up, like, they're locking it and, like, having a button set up to where you have to push for service just to get into it.
Yeah.
And local law enforcement have actually taken it quite serious, and they're guarding it now, too. No,
Yeah,
actually,
guard that
this
ice
was a
cream.
joke. These two officers just thought it was funny to pose in front
guard
of it
the ice
and guard the
cream.
ice cream.
Make sure you take care of them. Don't
But-
you let them lick that ice cream.
But this Walmart worker is not a joke. He will straight blast you in the eyes with that water gun.
He'll straight blast you with that water gun.
It's like, this my ice cream, dog.
It's my ice cream.
You stay away.
Don't go
Stay
touching my
a fucking
ice cream.
way.
Seriously, stop fucking licking ice cream.
But seriously, stop
do
doing
that.
that dumb shit.
That's stupid. Why are you trying to ruin everyone's life?
I don't.
People
get,
like ice cream. Stop it.
like everybody
Ooh,
is.
why? Where did
I
these
don't
things
understand
come
why
from?
people have to do things like that. I mean, look, I do this show. This is what I do. This is what I kind of hope will get a viral reaction one day or whatever. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not gonna fucking I'm not gonna castrate myself on the air or pick my nose and
Remember
eat it
this.
or just some random weird shit.
Everybody, remember him saying
They're
he
like-
wouldn't castrate himself during the show.
No, after the show maybe.
Maybe after.
No, I'm joking.
But just remember him saying this during the show. He would never castrate himself. We'll see the next
Yeah.
couple months how this plays out.
It's just insane to me.
Yeah. Allison said, "I love ice cream, but I sure as shit wouldn't lick random ice cream." Because what if there was another person who
Well,
had licked said ice cream,
see,
and then
but-
you're re-licking it, and then people,
But-
you're just giving everybody AIDS.
But this is the thing, right? This is the thing that I don't get.
Yes.
Like this does nothing. It's just to fuck with people.
Yes.
That's literally all it is. It's just being a fucking
Allison
garbage
wants to
human
know-
being.
Allison wants to know why not? Why wouldn't you castrate yourself? She didn't say that, but I'm assuming that's what she's referring to. Because I'm wondering the same thing. Why wouldn't you? That would probably go viral. Like, why not? Let's see. Jeremy said some stuff too.
Yeah, he said Family Dollar is the reason the one on Broadview and Pearl has candy and Tide Pods on the same shelf. Yeah, but I don't care, man. Like,
Stop doing
shouldn't
stupid
be-
shit.
Yeah, it's like, before all this, it was like owling and planking and shit like
It's like,
that.
and some of that stuff didn't even affect anybody. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. Be stupid if you gotta be stupid.
People were just dying because they were doing dumb shit, but they weren't really affecting other people.
I love how you put that. They were dying because they were doing stupid shit, but they weren't affecting anyone.
They were fucking themselves up. They weren't fucking up other people.
Yeah, like, don't fuck up
You know,
my ice cream.
It's gonna be licking ice cream. Then what is it gonna be like?
Sticking your dick in the ice cream.
Don't put your dick in there, or injecting stuff into the ice cream.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people are.
Come on,
You're
man.
ruining everything for everyone. Stop taking away everybody's just like normal little things they enjoy.
I like that the internet is allowing people to let natural selection.
Yes, I love natural selection. If you want to go eat a Tide Pod, go ahead. Because guess what? The world's probably more than likely better off without you reproducing.
Yes.
Hopefully you haven't reproduced before
Absolutely.
this time. Because you're just going to be raising more Tide Pod
eaters and
motherfuckers.
shit. Yeah,
So-
like I just don't get it.
I'm not
I
for
don't.
people saying like, oh, they're better off dead. But if you're going to be eating Tide Pods and then trying to have more kids
These
that
are
do the
touched
same
people.
dumbass things.
They're
Yeah,
definitely
don't fuck up
touched in
the
the
ice
head.
cream. Exactly. Don't fuck up the ice cream. That's just a simple thing that a lot of people enjoy. Don't fuck up the ice cream. Why do you gotta go fucking with people's shit? Like, people love ice cream.
That's
It's
right,
so-
Allison. Yep, don't fuck up the ice cream.
That's right. Don't fuck it up. Why you gotta be like that? Why? There's so many haters just hating
Yep.
on people who love ice cream. Fuck
All
outta here.
right, so I think that's the show. Make sure you follow us on social media. We're gonna have Angie J back on the show. Since that whole debacle with her
Interview and the
interview
sound.
and the stupid sound and
Yep.
shit, and I didn't know it. But
I will really try and pay attention.
Goldie will be
just to
back on
make
the show.
sure.
She wants to do the show with Angie J. She
And I
was
will
the
make
one
sure
that
I'm
got
watching
her on the show.
the sound and I will let you guys know. if
Well,
something's going on.
I think I got it this time,
think you
but
got it this
still,
time?
but
I will
you,
keep
you
an eye
keep
on
an
it.
eye on it, yeah. But I'm pretty sure well, now that I have the chat,
Yeah,
that
now
I
that
can
you
pull
can
up
see
now
it.
too.
I'll still pay attention just to be helpful. Allison said, "How can you afford Tide Pods and not condoms?" Exactly.
Well, I think this is what we're coming to is the shift of responsibility. They're not responsible enough to buy condoms,
So,
but they can buy Tide Pods and eat them.
So,
So they're lacking responsibility. Yes.
you're like, yes. And that
I know.
off with
I said something like
Yes.
I made a
you made a
a
life
great
altering.
like a life altering point, but
Like-
really I just talked in circles.
Yeah,
That's
you're
all
just
I
like,
do.
okay,
Yep.
this is cool. This is fine.
But I wanted to thank Gloria Shea for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you. That was a great.
It was
That
a
was a
great
good
interview.
conversation.
Definitely be seeing her in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I actually invited her to come into the studio
So
and
we'll
do a show with
See
us.
when
once.
that is.
And I think that's it. Oh, wait, whoa.
Wait,
One last thing.
wait.
So October 5th, and I'm going to put this on there. We are going to be a part of this festival in Stowe.
Stowe, Ohio.
Yeah, it's called the Ballz Halloween Festival. It's going to be all day.
All day.
October 5th.
October 5th.
We are going to be there recording a show. It's going to be pre-recorded, though. It's going to be a little different. We're not going to have a guest. We're going to strictly be there recording the show and...
Go to Jeremy's open house today, also.
Oh. Thank you, Allison.
Yeah, and we got shared a link, I think, to the...
So Jeremy said come to... You know what? Actually, I will just switch this chat over.
Switch the chat over.
So he's got an open house today, 7306 Broadview Road in
Parma, Ohio.
How many bedrooms and stuff do we got?
Give us some
bathrooms?
details.
Give us the deets.
We want all the deets. We're not quite at 12:30 yet, so we got a few minutes.
Yeah. Give us the deets,
Put that
bro.
information through.
If you want to call in, you can.
Who is doing that?
The number is 216-584-5718. Jeremy, if you want to go ahead and pluggy plug.
Pluggy plug.
Yeah.
Allison sending all these like emoji, like the reactions.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, who is sending all these? 3-bedroom, 1 bath, brick ranch.
Yes, Claude.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yes. I told, I went through.
Yeah. So Claude sent the link. It's a free event for all. It's October 5th.
October 5th, all day. It's going to be banging.
Jeremy said it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath brick ranch.
It's
so
1,100 square feet.
Damn, that's a pretty big
Hey.
house.
So open house. If you're looking for a house,
Yeah, if you're
go to
looking
it.
for a house, 7306 Broadview Road in Parma, you can go in there without breaking in. See? It'd be sweet.
You can go in there without breaking in, see?
It's got a basement.
And everyone loves basements.
And it's
you
the
can hide
same
your
square
meth down
foot
there.
basement. And Claude said it's a massive event.
That's it. We're like doing two things at once. This is funny.
Hey, Claude, actually...
soundproof basement. From 2 to 4 today.
2 to 4.
Dang.
So if you're interested in that open house, from 2 to 4, join Jeremy.
Alice, is there a garage?
Is there a garage?
Jeremy?
I think there's probably a attached garage. Usually them ranches do.
Well, we'll find out
But
here
we'll see.
shortly. So go ahead. We're going back and forth between two different things
Yeah.
here, so go ahead. I'm waiting for you to talk, and you're not talking.
About what? What am I talking about?
October 5th event. So
Yeah, the October 5th event.
we're gonna be there.
We're gonna be there.
Yay.
We're gonna sell shirts. We're gonna do all this stuff. You know, Jeremy, he never put the garage up. Okay,
It's for a 3-car garage, though. Dang.
gotcha.
Dang, 8,000 to 10,000 expected throughout the day. That's a lot of people.
Yes.
I'm going to have like an anxiety
Yeah,
attack.
it's gonna be
great.
fun. So basically, all right. So let me explain a little bit about this event. So
Here we go.
There's going to be music. There's going to be games. There's going to be face painting. There's all kinds of vendors.
Family friendly.
It's family friendly.
Bring your kids,
You
bring
can
your
bring your
wife.
kids, bring your wives, bring your husband too.
Bring your lover.
No, but anyways, seriously. And you bring the kids and they can trick or treat all day until all the supplies are out. You know, the
Everything
vendors run
runs
out of
out.
supplies or whatever. I'm sure we're going to bring some candy too for
We'll
the
bring
kiddos.
some candies.
But yeah, it's going to be
We'll bring
great.
some candy. We'll bring some kids.
It's going to be 40,000 flyers passed out.
8,000
But
to 10,000 expected.
You are hearing about it first here on the Epic Radio Show that we are going to be there.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be thebomb.com.
Thebomb.com.
All right.
In case
But thank
we-
you guys for joining us today.
And
We
all
will
the
see you next
information,
week.
wait, all the information for
Yes.
Jeremy's open house is also in the comments in case none,
Yes.
like some of it's like all, like, you know, we were going back and forth. So in case it's too broken up, it's all in the comments here.
Well, you know what? I
Gonna go over
can
it?
do,
What?
I can do this real quick. If you want more information,
Here we go.
you know, from Jeremy, you can give him a call.
Give him a call.
The phone number is 216-287-1766, and he can give you all the information over the phone.
all of it. Do it.
That would probably help you out. Or text him. I believe he can text that. All right, love you too, Allison. Thank you guys
girl.
for joining us. We will see you next week. It's going to be a great show. Angie J will be back on the show for My 600-Pound Life. Happy birthday to her. Her birthday is going to be tomorrow. So
happy early birthday.
So happy early birthday. No problem, Jeremy. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you next week.
Next week, bye.
Dear Mr. President, there are too many states nowadays. Please eliminate 3. I am not a crackpot.
Oh, wow, that was terrible.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Go! That's my only real motivation, is not to be hassled. Not the fear of losing my job, but you know, Bob, I'll only make someone work just hard enough not to get fired.
And I'm sorry, we're out of time. Bye.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Please leave this office.
Do we get any sort of souvenir?
Get out of my office!
Oh my God, it feels so good. Oh yeah. Oh, slow down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who's your daddy?
That's all, folks.